All right, Coach. Sitting here with Hawk Talk with head tennis coach Todd Chapman. Coach, it's a little cold outside.
It is. I woke to some snow this morning. I didn't know we were going to get. I guess I should watch the forecast.
I should as well. I woke up and I don't have any snow boots or things, so I'm just wearing tennis shoes trying to get up and down the hills here at Kansas. Yeah, not easy. So, Coach, last week you had two meets, right? You had one with Wichita State and then one with Houston. Can you talk about the meet with the Shockers?
Well, Wichita State's a very good team this year. I think they're going to end up in the top 30, possibly top 25 in the rankings. And going and their place, obviously they were excited to play the Jayhawks. We knew it would be a tough task, and it definitely was. I think it was a match of missed opportunities. We were 0 for 6 in 7-5 or 7-6 sets. And you go and play a good team on the road, you're not going to be successful on the scoreboard if that happens. And that's what happened from losing the doubles point very closely to losing a lot of close sets and a third set match, and just we didn't set ourselves. We put ourselves in position. We just didn't close things out the way we needed to. And Wichita State played the pressure points better than we did.
You talk about pressure points. You work at those in practice, but after a meet like that where they won the majority of them, what were you telling your girls after the game? Hey, were you just kind of like, this is what we talked about, or what was kind of the post game talk with that?
Well, I feel like it's the third or fourth time that's happened where we've been in good position to have a chance to be successful. A couple of close 4-3 losses to UNLV and New Mexico, where it came down to the last match at 3-all and we lost it. So, to be honest, I've tried to approach of just, we've got to keep working. We just got to keep putting ourselves in those positions, and that's the positive of it, is we're putting ourselves in winning positions. I guess it's better than not. And then we just got to find ways to break through in those situations and enjoy being in that type of situation. I think that's the biggest thing, not being scared of success. A lot of times people say scared of failure, but I believe you're scared to be successful. You're scared to lay it all out there and not worry about the outcome and just play. And so we did that, and I think that definitely helped us for a match on Saturday with Houston.
Can you talk about that match with Houston on Saturday? Houston's a top 50 team there. It's a very good group out there, and you guys got a 4-3 victory in the overall meet. How was that, Coach?
It was big for us. It was the complete opposite of Thursday and kind of how the year has gone so far, and that every pressure situation we put ourselves in, we won against Houston. And it wasn't easy. It was one of the biggest roller coasters I've ever been on during a match. We were down, we had won at number 3 doubles, lost at number 1, and we're down 5-1 at number 2 doubles, came back and won that 7-5 to get the doubles point. So that was huge momentum going into the singles. And then in singles, we were down 3-2 in matches, and it came down to our last 2 kids on the court, and that was our number 4 and 6 player, both freshmen. And at one point we were down 4-2 in the third at number 4 singles, and came back and won that 7-5. And then my number 6 player, Summer Collins, was down 6-1, 3-1, 30 love, and came back and won the. So we were on the crash cards had been brought out to bring us back to life, and Summer did a great job of just she kept playing and looking for that one opportunity to get in the match, and she ended up pulling it out. And it got a little interesting in the third set. We were up 5-1, 40 love in the third set, quadruple match point, and it got back to 5-all before she won at 7-5. So I definitely added a few gray hairs on had that match, but I'll take whatever since we pulled it out with a win over a very quality opponent.
Well, I don't see it in him, Coach. You kind of talk about how on Thursday you didn't win any pressure points. On Saturday you finally do. Is that big that you finally had kind of a breakthrough, that you broke that barrier of not being able to get any pressure points, and then now you got them against a very good opponent in Houston? Do you feel like going forward you have a little bit more confidence you can get those pressure points?
It should be. That's the way it should be. Hopefully, you never know with freshmen. I mean, all of our points won on Saturday. We had 5 freshmen play at different points in the lineup. It should be. Hopefully, it does. That's what we're hoping. That's what I'm hoping. And I think it's obviously a building block if we use it that way. But you have to keep approaching things the correct way to give yourself the best chance to win. And I think that's the biggest thing we've preached through this fall. It hadn't necessarily been the start we wanted necessarily in some ways, but just keep approaching things the correct way. And when you get in that situation, I think it's just tweaking the mindset a little bit, and hopefully, breaking through like that, as you said, gives, not only the girls on the court that did it confidence, but those off the court that maybe weren't as successful on Saturday, the confidence that they can do it also when they're put in that position.
Coach, looking forward to the next week here. What do you got going on, and what are you kind of pushing in practice? Is it still going to be pressure point work, or is it going to be a little bit different?
Well, I think we've in the last week or so, I feel like we've started to come around a little bit. So yeah, we'll still do some things where we put them in pressure situations, but I think we've also reached a point where we can kind of get back to really working on certain things we want to, as far as styles of play and point patterns and ways to approach our, this time of year, also approach certain opponents and knowing how they play and those kinds of things, so we can put a little game planning into action. And this weekend we've got a tough trip to Colorado, playing DU, Denver University, and University of Colorado, and so the two tough teams definitely playing at their place, and a little bit of altitude will be a home court advantage for them, but we've got to be prepared for that to go in and not allow that to be an excuse and look to be successful.
And I'm assuming when you play in Colorado, it will be an indoor meet as well.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice. Hey, you got snow on the ground. You're going to be practicing indoor. It is a little bit like Colorado.
That's right. I don't think it's going to be much colder, and maybe there's a little more snow. I don't know, but yeah, we should feel right at home.
Sounds good, Coach. And finally, Coach, when you go to Colorado, what's another player that you're going to be really looking at to hopefully maybe have a breakthrough performance, or kind of piggyback, or kind of pick up where she left off against Houston?
I think our top 4 players have been pretty consistent all year with how they've been playing singles and doubles. I think I'm looking for those obviously to continue to. We'll have to play well in the top 4 spots to have a chance to be successful. But whether it's Summer or Rachel McNeely or Alexis Chapinski, or 3 more freshmen that have been playing at the 5, 6, 7 spot. 7 looking to get into the top 6. I'm looking for a little more consistency out of those 3 girls, and kind of step up and claim their spot in the lineup and really get settled and comfortable in that situation. Hopefully Summer's match on Saturday helped her do that, and hopefully we can get Rachel and Alexis going where they can get a little bit of that confidence too, and we can kind of solidify our lineup a little bit and have 6 players in there that they feel confident every day, and I feel confident putting them in those positions.
Coach, thank you for joining us today. That's going to be Hawk Talk with head tennis coach Todd Chapman. Coach, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.